In this video, I'm going to show you how you can turn off your shyness, introversion, and even your awkwardness, no matter how shy, introverted, or awkward you might feel.
Hi, I'm Nils McQuarrie. I've been shooting video for 15 years and marketing for the last 5. I'm going to show you how to be confident on camera and how to quickly make videos that work. Get ready to learn.
Is that even possible? I mean, can you just turn off an emotion or turn off a feeling? Or how do you turn off awkwardness? Isn't that like something the other person might be feeling? I'm sorry, Nils. I am a shy person. That's who I am. I can't just turn it off. Well, I beg to differ, and I'm going to show you exactly why I think so and why I can tell you that that's probably not true. But first, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about someone who was just like that. Now, I have a tremendous amount, or I did when I started, a tremendous amount of camera fear. I was terrified to be on camera. But there was another girl that I knew in Sweden, a Swedish girl, who was probably more shy than I was. In fact, she was so shy that even though I was close to her family, I don't think I heard her speak for years. In fact, a lot of people thought she was mute because she just never spoke. She was so shy. And it just, once you got to know the family, it was just kind of one of those things you accept. You know, this is this kid, that kid, this is the kid that doesn't speak. And we just went on with her life, and she very rarely engaged either. She would just kind of sit by herself, her eyes the size of saucers, and just watch. And some people reacted to that once you got to know her, or accept that that was how she was. It was just how it was. So one day I have a Swedish background, and so I happened to be in Sweden, and we decided to take a trip. And if you know anything about Stockholm, it's built on a bunch of different islands. Like the actual city is all on islands. So there's lots of other little islands outside of Stockholm. And we had decided to take a trip, a sailboat, and we had gone to one of these islands, and we got stuck there. And it wasn't my boat, I was a passenger, and so I wasn't really sure how to resolve it. But the guy who owned the boat, he said, "You guys hang out here, I'm going to go try and fix this." Okay, we let him go do his thing. So as we're sitting there on this, kind of stuck on this island, literally, there wasn't much we could do. And so, we're hanging out. It was a number of us, and she was one of them. And it was hours upon hours. And the entire time there's nothing happening. And as you can imagine, the conversation goes from topic to topic to topic. And pretty soon it hit on American TV shows. And suddenly, this person who was so shy and introverted had something to say. We talked a little bit about that, and as the conversation eased and we started talking about these American TV shows, it turns out that she had watched a lot of those, and she enjoyed them a lot. It was very much her thing. And suddenly, the person who would never say a word would not shut up. She was just this wealth of information and things she found funny and interesting, and it was like talking to another person. And I was shocked because I had never heard anything from this person. And suddenly, there's all these things that they're sharing that they understand. Oh, what about this person? I think this was funny, and I wish they would have done this. And it was very cool. Now, it opened up this whole world into someone who was incredibly interesting. I didn't know any of this stuff, and some observations that I hadn't made, and it wound up being the funnest time ever. So that when the person who went to go fix the boat finally came back, everybody was having a blast. We were all laughing and joking, talking about old TV shows, and we didn't want to leave. We were having too much fun. So, as I tell the story, you can probably identify that maybe there's someone that you know like this too. Maybe that someone is you. I don't know. But isn't it true that even the most quiet, the most introverted person can suddenly become extroverted when they are, one, with people they know, like, and trust, and two, when they're talking about something they love or are passionate about, right? They don't have to suddenly go try and use a big list of things, look them in the eye, take deep breaths. You don't have to practice doing it. You're into it and you naturally respond. So that's why I say, I don't believe there are introverted, shy, or even awkward people. I believe there are people who behave shy and introverted and awkwardly under certain circumstances. It's not that they are always like that, but maybe under most circumstances, maybe there's just this one little tiny circumstance, and under that one, then they open up and they share and they talk, and it's fun. Under all the others, they don't. That's why almost anyone can do it. So I'll give you an example. I remember one of the first times that I taught this, it was for a girl who was a musician. She wanted to start doing things online, but she was just too scared. And so a good friend of hers that knew the work I did said, why don't you work with Nils? He's really good at this stuff. He can help you overcome that. She said, what do you think she said? That sounds great. Of course not. She said, no, I'm not going to do it. Like, I get it. And she said, no, he can help you. And she said, listen, I know me. I know how I am. I know how much fear I have. This is not an option for me. I just can't do it. You could say she was a non-believer. This was not possible. So this friend, she was a really great friend. She actually said, no. I was charging. It was very low. I was just doing it for some friends. She said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay for you to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to pay for you to go. So both of them went. And this girl was begrudgingly sitting there. So she's sitting there, all right, I just have to sit through the day. My friend paid for this. I guess I'll go do it. Got nothing else to do. And begrudgingly sat there and listened. And within a couple of hours, literally in less than 4 hours, not only had she overcome her fear and realized that she wasn't locked into this, she could see herself doing it and was making plans to now get online, even get on stage. An entire possibility open to her that was never available to her. This didn't take years and years of getting on stage. This happened in less than 4 hours. All right? In my original story, it happened in less than a minute. I literally put it together quickly, jumped on stage, boom. So for people who are shy, who are introverted, who feel like they're awkward when they're on camera, they're not always that way. It's only under certain circumstances. So there's two things we can change. We can change the circumstances that we're in, unless that's in front of the camera, in which case we have to change how we feel about those circumstances. And fortunately for us, I can show you how to do that. It's something that I feel very fortunate that I figured it out, but some of the biggest stars in history have figured this out. And when I say biggest star, I mean David Bowie and Beyonce. Movies, Cary Grant, sports, Bo Jackson. Personal development, Tony Robbins. They have all used this same thing to be able to change how they are in front of the camera. Which means if all of these people can do it, that you can too. But Nils, hold on a minute. I want to make professional videos. And to do that, I need professional equipment. Let's talk about that next. On the next video, I'm going to talk about why equipment has nothing to do with making a great video. I'll see you on the next video.